You're listening to Everybody Eats, where we sit down with the best and brightest hustlers, entrepreneurs, go-getters, and professionals.
Join us as we create the ultimate network and change the business narrative from the ground up.
All right, let's do it. Yo, what's good, everyone? Welcome back to another episode, segment, special
thing. I don't know what this is you want to call this.
Welcome back to Everybody Eats.
What's up, guys? What's up?
We just wanted to give you guys just a quick sum up, update, current events, a little discussion if you want.
Giving you the news report. We're not co-hosts today. We're anchors. Co-anchors,
something like that, right? So, yeah. Hey, for anybody listening, make sure you're doing what you're supposed to do and following us on all platforms: Instagram, Everybody Eats Pod, Twitter, EBE Pod.
What else
we YouTube,
got? Okay,
all that good stuff. Make sure you're following us. All the content's there. And yeah, so we're just gonna cover a couple topics today. So I hope you guys like it. So what's the first thing we got, Eden?
So as of this week, two very big things in the stock market. Started off with DoorDash IPO. They were listed originally at I think 102 was the number, and they ended up trading for retail traders. So us retail traders are the everyday average Joe who trades on Thinkorswim, E-Trade, Robinhood, TD Ameritrade, any other platform you use to invest in stocks. I think Cash App's got something. So us retail traders are those who don't have complete access to an IPO right away. So it opened up at 102, and when everybody else got them, aside from the investors, it was at 186, I want to say. And then it closed at 182. I checked the app today around midday, and it was at 172. And
did you get it?
No, of course not. I told you guys. I told Bensky and a couple of my friends and anyone else who asked me. Yeah, definitely. I stay away from IPOs. I mean, I'm not expert trader just yet, but I mean, from what I've seen, and definitely even from watching stocks from 4 years ago, I want to say when Snapchat first IPO'd in May 2016, I'm guessing. But yeah, it was really hyped up. Everybody was like, hopping on it, and the stock went to shit like immediately right after. It opened around like 20 something bucks, and it stayed between like 19 and like I want to say like between 18. It didn't pass 25. It stayed like 18 and 25 bucks for 4 years, and just recently, literally like the last 3-4 months, it shot up to 50. I think it's at 53 bucks right now. So yeah, that just goes to show IPOs doesn't mean anything. Snapchat, we were all using Snapchat crazy 4 years ago. Even it's around the time I personally graduated. Was a year after I graduated high school. Yeah, high school. So I know it was really popping off then. Before TikTok, I think Vine died briefly before that. Instagram didn't have everything they had now. So Snap was a big thing. And, the IPO not really clicking just goes to show, like, don't buy into the hype. DoorDash sold off at 172. I don't know what it closed at today. I didn't check. But that just goes, again, like I've been saying, goes to show that when you hop on the IPO train, chances are, they're going to sell that. You're going to cop that. They're going to sell it, at the end of the day. Like, that's how most money is made, and that's how people lose out. It's just FOMO. Don't have, fear of missing out. You'll always get a chance. So my prediction on Airbnb and I didn't even talk about Airbnb. So Airbnb was listed at, I don't remember the numbers. I want to say it was like 60. I think it was around 60, but they opened up at, let me check my phone.
They opened up, was it 90 or what?
And it opened up at 100. Oh my gosh, 153.
153.
So they almost tripled their IPO price, which is ridiculous. All cause people are whispering about it. So look at that. All right, so it was listed. It opened at $146, and the high it shot up to was 163, right?
And where it closed at?
It closed at 144. So
it closed out lower than where
lower than the highest.
But like you said, it's a lot of it is hype that, like, you know, everyone's excited for the IPO. Let me grab it. The people who got it before, like the private investors, the people who got in early, like, you don't have to worry about them. I feel like for IPOs, like it's only like the first few days are only really cool, like if you got to invest before, you know what I'm saying? Because then you already got it at a really good price, so you can sell it off, you know, at the at the hype, you know, and get your money. You're the one
benefiting off of that. Period. Yeah, exactly. You're riding up the hype train.
Similar to that video I sent yesterday in the chat, Ian Dunlap and EYL, he was saying, like, you know, you preferably, like, he waits like 60 days before he gets into the IPO. I don't blame him, especially like he was saying, like if it's a company that you really believe in and that you really think is going to be there for a while, there's no harm in necessarily waiting, just because you know you're going to get it for a nice price, or, you know, better price than, you know, when all the hype is done. But like if you're going to hold it, doesn't necessarily matter.
Yeah, I mean, I personally, I don't believe in DoorDash at all. I still think they're like Uber. They actually are, in a sense that I don't think they're really that profitable of a company. But I believe in Airbnb a lot. I definitely think Airbnb is really gonna pop off, especially after with all the vaccine news coming out. You know, so God willing, everything returns back to normal. However long it may be down the line, Airbnb is definitely, I could see it hitting, you know, 200, 300 easy, because they have all these new things rolling out. They got virtual experiences. Airbnb is way easier in terms of, if you want to go travel to another country, the hosts, I don't know, I don't use Airbnb too much, but I know the hosts, they do know the attractions and whatnot, so you get a more authentic experience rather than going through a tour guide and just going through all the generic places and whatnot. So Airbnb, you know, they're doing their thing, you know, big ups. Yeah, big ups to them.
Yeah, for sure. And like they were industry disruptors, like, you know, severely and sincerely, like industry disruptors in the sense of the hospitality. Again, like that in the video yesterday, like they said, like for hundreds of years, hospitality was just going to a nice hotel, you know, saying going to a resort, going to a nice hotel and having them do it that way. And then Airbnb just like completely disrupted that. You're going to go stay in people's homes, and like they've been doing pretty well. It's really popular. He did mention that Airbnb has a lot of debt. I didn't know that. So that's always, you know, something to be wary of.
During the pandemic, I mean, they took a crazy hit. Yeah. They had a lot of losses, and I want to say their IPO, I guess the process was delayed during the pandemic. I'm not 100% sure. Don't take me seriously, but I did hear something about that.
Yeah.
But
sure. So
they definitely got hit hard with that, yo.
Hey, that's a stock move. I need to get back in.
And one last, gem, NIO is it's an electric vehicle. We all know Biden is the president-elect as of now. And because of his energy plan, a lot of EV, so electric vehicle charging, I guess alternative energy stocks are shooting up through the roof. And one I like to, plug everybody into is NIO. So yeah, NIO stock trading at $45. I think it's going to hit $100 very soon. As of it's December, we're recording this. So I really think, mark my words, by February, if not spring next year, they're going to be at $100. Go look them up.
That's bold, but hey, I have to start looking more into it. But he definitely put me on.
He knows I don't miss. I don't miss when I tell him stuff.
He's been on his joint for a while now, so I believe that. So definitely, do your own research. That's really important. But that's some free gems from everybody. So take that. For sure. All right. So that's stock news. Anything else?
Facebook. They're getting sued.
Facebook getting sued. Well, Facebook is always in the news. But this week, Facebook is getting sued again by a bunch of antitrust like lobbyists and politicians in DC. So they just acquired. Their goal is to start monetizing WhatsApp, right? So they acquired this tech company for about like $1 billion. It was really like, low key, like
hush. I didn't hear a word of that.
It really wasn't really in the news. But just with the acquisition, like people, it started like raising ears because, hey, Facebook is acquiring another company. Facebook is getting too big. Facebook is, wiping out its competitors. So that's going on. And hey, man, Facebook, like, they are getting pretty crazy. Think about Apple, Facebook, Apple, Google, like, all three of them, those big tech giants, they're the top of their game, So there are a lot of people who don't like seeing that. I don't know. I would have to do more research to see like how severely they're like, wiping out competitors and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, I've never been a big Facebook person, period. But my sister told me about 2 days ago that there might be on track to break up or something because, like you said, they're wiping out all their competitors, monetizing WhatsApp. I don't even know how you do that. Are they trying to compete with Zoom or something? Like, I don't know.
Make money, he's gonna figure it out.
I don't know. Mark Zuckerberg is a robot. We all know this. He feels no emotions. He doesn't sleep. He just sits there and waits for sunrise before he starts up his day. But I mean, that's crazy. Considering Facebook, it's kind of like we watched that grow, right? Like with the movie Social Network a few years after it launched. Even just watching it launch and just you see a lot of people like, oh, get a Facebook account, make a Facebook. All throughout high school, people like Facebook. Now nobody barely uses it. I personally, only used it to be in a chat for something in college, and after that, I just update my profile picture so people know I'm still alive. But
the thing what's crazy with Facebook though is that even though I feel like it's not as popular in user wise, but it's still popular.
Internationally, I feel like
100% internationally, but the thing is, it's like Facebook is becoming more like an advertising, like it's going from social media to ads. You know what I'm saying? Like when you do, and also remember because they have Instagram, you know what I'm saying? So like, and because they're linked, like when Instagram eats, you know what I'm saying? Facebook is eating at the same time.
Instagram's definitely taking that turn too. Like in terms of ads,
more ads.
It's kind of
like you have Facebook Marketplace, right? And like even when you do ads for your own business, the way that they run through Facebook, like Facebook generates a lot of money through that. When you do ads on Facebook, if you have like a business account on Instagram and it's linked to your Facebook, like when you post on Facebook, it'll go to your Instagram account. You know what I'm saying? Like, so Facebook is doing a lot in the ads industry and doing a lot, like doing real big in ads and marketing. And just like Facebook ads is literally like the most popular and one of the most like cost efficient, ways to advertise. So even though I feel like it's not as popular in terms of users or like, like mainstream using, and things like that, they're still eating off of, everything else that they're doing.
For now.
For sure. But like think about like everything that they're acquiring, all the companies they're acquiring are helping to expand those different, branches that they're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure. because I know. I want to say over the summer, probably sometime in July, end of June, I was reading a lot of articles about I don't want to throw out Twitter, but it was a big conglomerate of companies. It's kind of like, how Johnson & Johnson owns a lot of subsidiaries. So it's something like that. I forgot the name, but they stopped their advertising on Twitter. You told me, I think, or you brought it up, but I forgot what they're called, but Facebook. They stopped. On Facebook, they stopped their advertising on Facebook for the rest of the year. So I know it was them and a few others. So I know Facebook. At the time, I didn't know why that was a big deal. But you saying that, or the extent of why that was a big deal. But you saying that that's where they get most of their revenue, actually makes a whole lot of sense.
Sure, so.
A whole lot of sense.
We'll see where that goes. Facebook's so powerful, man. So powerful. So.
I think that kind of covers it for this section.
All right, that covers that. So next we want to talk about.
I have a quote, or I guess a little discussion point for us, okay. And maybe our listeners / viewers can maybe talk to their friends about this. But one thing I saw online, while listening to another podcast is, let me pull that up. So someone said, does wealth correlate or go hand in hand with intelligence? And I'm not going to say his answer, but my answer was no. No, definitely not. You see a lot of, I mean, look at our last president. Look at, you just see a lot of people who kind of just come into their money. They don't really, they inherit it, or, daddy had a trust fund, signed it over to them, or, unfortunately, maybe a family member passed who had a lot of, holdings or money somewhere. And just a lot of people coming into just a lot of money. They don't know what to do with it. Hence, a lot of people going broke quick. But I don't think at all money and intelligence go hand in hand. Which is, it's a shame, because you grow up thinking, hey, go to school, do all that, and you're gonna get rich. And then and then there's the other side of the coin where a lot of people say, is it Bill Gates didn't even finish, or Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, like the smartest people, they didn't even finish college or go to high school, and look at them, they're like one of the richest men on the earth. So it's kind of weird. You see that, and then you hear people like Lil Wayne or who else? I feel like I know there's someone else.
What?
J. Cole, Lil Wayne and J. Cole. They both, I think Lil Wayne. What did he get? He had like a 4.0 in college. Like Lil Wayne was dumb smart in college, right? And J. Cole finished up at St. John's, if I'm not mistaken. So like. You kind of, I think it's like two sides of the same coin. It's real confusing to throw that out there. But I mean, on the back end of that, does intelligence drive success? I mean, is that yes? Does intelligence drive success? Yes.
Intelligence drives success.
I think I could.
Yes, I would say yes. I feel like, all right. The way that I think about it, I think there's intelligence and then there's wisdom, right? Intelligence and smart is like the knowledge. I think, to me, wisdom is like applying it. I would say success comes from intelligence and wisdom, right? Because you could be smart but not apply it, and you could just be sitting there doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? To me, wisdom is more like, all right, you have the intelligence, what like the numbers are, what all the stuff is, but here's how I apply it to help me. I think that's more. To me, I think that's the way I see it. Because I think there are people who are smart. Like, I think there's a lot of people who are smart, maybe intelligent, but they don't take the right steps or maybe necessarily apply themselves.
Yeah, I definitely have a lot of smart kid.
At the same time, because that's the way I think. So I think more wisdom. Wisdom definitely leads to more success, and I would necessarily say intelligence. I think that's what I see.
Okay, I think intelligence can kind of be taken in different ways. And I would say street smarts maybe applies just a little bit. Knowing your way, like around the deal. The art of the deal, how to network.
Yeah.
And you hear a lot of I think success stories of people like, oh, I didn't finish X, Y, and Z, but I knew how to network. I knew how to talk to people. I knew how to, work my way around the deal. And, et cetera, et cetera.
That's why I feel like that's more applying your skills than necessarily, like, maybe I feel like everyone's interpretation is different, right?
Of course.
You think someone like Gary. I would say Gary Vee, right? Gary Vee always says that, like, he was like a D and F student.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, or whatever. Like, he wasn't really a good student. But I guess you could say he kind of had like those. He was like business savvy, what I'm saying, like savvy and making money. So you could either say, I guess he was either intelligent in a different field, or you could say it was more like him being able and knowing how to apply himself. That kind of like led to success. You know what I'm saying? But that's interesting. Everybody sees that.
Yeah. So I think the first, and I guess to kind of wrap up. The first quote is more, I think it kind of sums up to in terms of us saying no, it's more about who you know, not what you know.
Yeah.
Like we always say. And then the second one is kind of like, just gotta be smart, yo. And then and like make up for it somewhere else, if you're not as intelligent or book smart. You know, you just gotta work the streets, yo. You gotta work the streets.
Sure.
Jay-Z started selling dope.
Gotta be awesome, man.
Yes, sir.
Think of the way you can. Yeah.
I think that wraps up this section. Little nice, quick, sweet discussion.
Got it. All right. So I would say for the last topic, for those, I don't know if like I recently saw this first I saw it on Twitter, then I saw it on Instagram, but the trailer for an upcoming movie called American Skin looks like it's directed by the one and only Spike Lee. For those who haven't seen the trailer, well, the movie looks like it surrounds the story of a man who lost his son to police brutality, and as a retaliation or reaction, from the trailer, it looks like he storms and occupies the local police precinct, which looks pretty crazy. As you mentioned, something like that. Well, first, two things, right? So the first thing I want to discuss, well, when I first saw the trailer,
am I allowed to snap?
So
I don't support or condone violence or police brutality, but I'm gonna give that a snap.
No. Okay, the trailer looks late. It looks really intense. So that's one. So I do want to go see the movie, right, before anything. But I guess like my initial reaction when I first saw it, I was like, oh, like, is this just gonna be another movie depicting Black people in our struggle? You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, like we have so many slave movies and movies always depicting our struggle. Like, you know, someone's like, yo, I just want to see like a regular intergalactic movie with like a Black main character, right? Like, I don't want it to be a movie necessarily about the Black struggle. I just want to see a Black character in a regular movie. Like, if it's just a cowboy movie, like, just have to be a Black dude, right? If it's a regular movie where like a dude's doing whatever, just have to be a Black dude. Like, that's all it has to be. Like, it doesn't have to be surrounded by like slavery and the Black struggle.
I mean, yeah, movies. I never saw The Help. I can't throw it out there exactly, but I think The Help applies. All right. Well, all right. I'll take that out. Sorry, but 12 Years a Slave, The Django Unchained.
Harriet came out and those are good movies.
Queen and Slim.
Queen and Slim.
I so many complaints from a lot of my Black female friends saying, why? I'm sure you guys know, but why is it that this is a Black love story painted through struggle? You know, why is there always got to be struggle love? Why can't it be something cute like Notebook
or something?
Notebook or You Before Me? It's just something cute, you know, something cute. It's always got to be like, you know, they spent most of the movie. I'm not gonna spoil it. But you should have, but it's struggle love, you know. It's not cute. It's not like, all right, I can take my Black child to go watch this, and she'll feel better about being, you know, a Black person in America.
Yeah. So that was like my initial reaction. Then I was like, all right, well, Spike Lee. So Spike Lee's always gonna ruffle some feathers. Ruffle feathers. So he's always gonna ruffle feathers. And he's gonna do his thing. But then I was like, you know what? I guess like, especially after, this climate, after the summer that we had, like, I guess it's interesting to kind of see that point of view. Like, you mentioned the David Chappelle 8 minutes and 46 seconds video, when he mentions the story of like, what happens when we decide to fight back, or what happens when people decide to fight back after seeing injustices. So I do want to see that, what if scenario. Obviously, I don't condone violence, but it's something that you have to put into consideration. How many times in history have you seen oppressed people finally rise up and take arms? You know what I'm saying? I'm not necessarily condoning it, but like, it happens. And, we see, before we go, obviously, Black Lives Matter. That's convenient. I didn't even play that. but how many times have we seen that? You know what I'm saying? And after the summer and all those, protests, that people took to the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a lot of people's anger and frustration. Something has to change.
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, I don't condone violence or anything, but violence, like Martin Luther King said in that 60 Minutes interview, violence is a language of the unheard. Mm-hmm. And you get sick and tired of it, I think, of just, being told the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. Yeah. And still no change. So definitely to see a perspective of what happens when Black people rise up and say, enough is enough. Just before this, we were watching a clip from Dave Chappelle's 846 skit on YouTube like 5 months ago, and he talks about Christopher Dorner, who was a police officer in the LAPD. Was doing a routine stop. They handcuffed 2 people, and his partner, who's a white woman, was overly excessive, and he did the right thing and reported it to his superior officer. And the result was he got, like Dave Chappelle said, he got fired. And then after that, he tried to fight it, went through every correct channel, still didn't get reinstated, then went off killing police officers. And it's dark, he shouldn't have done that, of course, but it's kind of like, what are you gonna do? Like, I of course there's other stuff to do, but again, like when you're fed up,
but like, you have to understand that, like, you have to understand that that's how some people react. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it's something that is repeated. When you're trying to do it the right way, that's how like villains are made. Honestly, you think about like cartoon villains, they try to do something the right way, and then finally one day they just snap, or they just can't.
Yeah, like, yo, I'm done. Like, yo, this world don't work. I'm gonna make a new one.
He said, now the world shall know pain.
Yeah, for real. So I mean, again, gonna keep saying this before you guys dig this up. I don't support violence. Yeah. But it is real interesting. It's gonna be real interesting to see that perspective, and kind of just see, like what happens. I think, and I can talk about this because it's in the trailer, but it's real interesting to see that he put the whole police station on trial. Yeah. And had a jury of their peers, which were 12 prisoners in their orange jumpsuits, standing there and put them on trial. And I think that, to me, is flipping the script completely, on its head. For sure. Shaking it, then twisted it around and do it. Like, that's crazy.
Wasn't that scene like The Dark Knight? Was it Dark Knight?
Nah, so they, in The Dark Knight, the Joker had two ships, one full of regular civilians, one full of prisoners. Yeah. And the regular and they both had detonators to choose from, and the regular civilians the regular civilians are like, we don't care. Oh, all right. One person who spoke for the civilians said, all right, we don't care about those people on that boat. They already, made their fate. They did their time. And, he was willing to blow them up. And then on the other boat, the other prisoner, played by Debo, said, nah, we're going to show them some grace. Yeah. It's I'm sure it's I can't compare outcomes, but come on, America. Like, people you locked up, they're showing you guys more compassion than you did them. There you go. So I'm glad he knows I need a word when I
Oh, for sure, man. Like, I don't know. It's gonna be definitely an interesting movie. Definitely gonna have to watch it. I do, like, on the other hand, like, I still do just want to see just regular movies with black characters. Like, I feel like, depicting the black struggle is like, if it's a good movie is a good movie, whatever it's about. Yeah. But I feel like we have other things to talk about.
I mean, you see, all right, bro. Let's be real.
Like, I think it's about Jordan Peele. Jordan Peele just makes regular, like, it's just regular horror movies. You know what I'm saying? It's not
with black people.
With black people. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, this crazy, like, outlandish, like, black struggle. It's just like, a horror movie, just a regular movie. You know what I'm saying? Black people main characters. That's just simple. It's so simple. It doesn't always have to be like, my granddaddy was a slave type joint. You know what I'm saying? But hey, at the end of the day, like I said, if it's a good movie, it's a good movie. I'll watch it. I just want to see something a little bit different. That's my 2 cents.
No, I mean, I 100% agree. Shaft. That was bad. It was really bad. That's like one of the 2 black superhero movies I can think of. Of course, first one being Black Panther. Rest in peace, Chadwick. Damn shame that, the one.
I Am Legend.
Oh, all right. I Am Legend. All right. I Am Legend. Okay. It's valid. But all right, so there are a few, but in terms of, like, I guess, like, more recent terms, like what I can remember, definitely, I mean, Shaft, that doesn't count, but Black Panther was literally the only one I can think of, and then a lot of other black movies that made like any, like, hits or whatever is just struggle, you know. Like why do you like seeing, you know, they call it white guilt in Hollywood, you know. A white director makes a movie about, you know, the wrongs Black people go through, and then they go pat themselves on the back when they win all these awards, and they get all these you know, accolades and whatnot for it. But realistically, one, you didn't do anything for the Black community. You know, if anything, you just, you know, patted your ego or whatever you want to call it. You filled your pockets, definitely. That's one. That's for sure. But you're not I don't think you're doing anyone a service by making movies like that. And, you know, instead, just come out with a regular movie, bro. Let me see Guardians of the Galaxy with a Black main character.
It's a fact.
Like that's it. That's all I want.
Right. So, yeah, we just gotta make a movie one day.
Facts.
Yeah, Black superheroes or Black, like, intergalactic dudes. You know what I'm saying?
In space. Everybody eats in space, yo. And we'll actually be eating food. What's up?
Elon.
We'll show you.
Bro. But hey, on that note, that covers today's episode, filler, whatever you want to call it.
Homie said filler.
Yeah, it feels like a filler. But today's update, episode, mini, bonus, whatever you want to call it.
Everybody Eats brings you
today's meal.
The news, the meal. Everybody Eats bring you today's meal, bro. What's up?
For real. So there we go. Again, so make sure you guys are following us on all platforms. Instagram, Everybody Eats .pod, Twitter, EBE Pod, YouTube, Everybody Eats Podcast. Make sure you're following us on all there. Great content, more content coming out.
And you can listen to this episode everywhere you listen to podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all that other good stuff.
All that other good stuff.
Anywhere else
that you use.
Google Podcasts, if we got that, you know.
All that. So make sure you're checking this out. Yo, we appreciate the love. We appreciate the support. We had a really good year in 2020. We had a really, really good year. Thank you, everyone who supported us. Everybody on the podcast, everybody who posted, reposted, commented, introduced us to people. Any form of interaction with the podcast, yo, we love y'all. We appreciate it.
Keeps us going. You guys are our lifeblood. You're the reason why this is like still going. Yeah.
Giving back to the audience, you know, learning from the audience, back to the audience. So we love you guys. I'm thankful and we're excited to see what the next year has for us. You know, so we're excited to see the audience grow. Take care. Be safe. Wash your hands.
Peace.